Hey guys, Zen here with the third Bounty Hunter video. It's been a long day. This is the following day from the one that I record the other ones on. So later on in this episode I have a bit of Star Wars news for you guys that is very important if you haven't heard it already or haven't received your email if you pre-ordered, so I will get to that after this little scene that I talked to this chick in, but where we last left off, we were coming up this hill, lighting the signal fires, and we were trying to get to this chick who's up at the top and turn in the quest. Don't mind me typing there. I'm just helping people. I tried. I don't know. I would say as much as possible throughout the beta weekend. I tried to help as many people as possible, mostly because, well, I guess I played the game in a previous beta weekend, so I knew a lot about what I could, give as feedback and stuff, and what I could help people with. And I tried to answer as many questions as possible because at first the game is it's got some differences that you really need questions answered. So if you ever see me answering questions and stuff in general chat or in private messages, just don't worry about that. Just don't worry about that. I try to be funny with them, but they're not, so just don't even read them because, unless you really want to know what I'm helping people with, and whatevs, that's cool. Cool. Okay, so we're going to turn this question to this Twi'lek woman. Yeah.
You perform the rite of the pilgrims well, Jedi. I saw the signal fires as you climbed the path. Very few of your kind make it this far. I am Kalovish, first matriarch and reader of the ancient texts. I led our people to this planet, and I welcome you.
It's a privilege to meet you, matriarch.
And it is my privilege to meet a Jedi who accepts our ways. Even our own kind, the other Twi'leks, they mocked us and denied the authority of the matriarchs. That is why we came here. Now you've completed the ritual, and you are friend to the pilgrims. You share our burdens, and you share our strength.
No offense, but you people give me the creeps.
I hope you will feel differently, given time. Still, I won't deny you what you have earned. Take these gifts. We have very little, as you must know, but you are Jedi. You share our world, and you face a difficult future.
I'm here to help. Is there anything I can do?
Remember us, and remember our ways. Go to your duties now, and as we part, know that my blessings go with you.
So it's a little weird that she's just sitting up here in this tower waiting for people to complete the trial. It confuses me why she's up there. Anyways, so wanted to clarify some things, and then I also wanted to let everybody know that someone did, in fact, figure out. They probably IMDb'd it. They didn't know this. No, they probably did. Someone did figure out who the voiceover for the Jedi Knight was. The Jedi Knight male, rather. I did, in the first video, say that you guys should try to figure it out by just listening to it, but someone, hopefully, was able to do that. The voice actor is, in fact, David Hayter, which I'll make jokes about his name in a second, but he's the famous voice actor for doing Solid Snake in all of the Metal Gear Solid games. So you may listen to his voice now and be like, oh, it clicks, I get it, I make the connection. It's totally Solid Snake. That is the male Jedi Knight. So there you go. That makes the Jedi Knight actually way cooler in every respect ever. Because before it was kind of like, oh, it's a Jedi. But now it's like, oh, it's Solid Snake. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's who that is. That's his voice actor, David Hayter. Yeah, Hayter is a funny last name. You can make a lot of don't be hating jokes or haters gonna hate. Really bad jokes, really, is what it boils down to. But I think that's one of the things I'm good at, is bad jokes. And I take pride in that fact. The other thing is, after I've been saying over and over again that the Bounty Hunter was voiceovered by Steve Bloom, which the guy who kind of did Grunt and all that for Mass Effect, kind of did. By kind of did, I mean he did. I'm tired, it's late, deal with it. But basically, that's not who it was, right? A lot of people thought that's who it was, but that's not actually who it is. One of my guildies pointed out to me that in the credits of the game, the guy who's credited for doing the male bounty hunters is Tom Spackman. You can look him up. He does like movie voices, like the, you know, like movie trailer voices. Like that's the guy who does the bounty hunter voice, which is super cool. But at the same time, I compared the bounty hunter male voice side by side with that guy, with Tom Spackman, and it didn't sound like him. So I don't know if everything's just wrong and nobody actually, like, nobody at BioWare actually knows who did the bounty hunter voice. It was just like some shady guy who came in and did all the lines and then walked out. Like, who knows? But it doesn't sound like much like Tom Spackman from what I could gather. Maybe I'm just stupid. And then it also doesn't really sound like Steve Bloom either. So if you know if it's Tom Spackman or not, you should let me know. But from what I gather, that's who it apparently is. And I apologize though for, you know, ever saying that the bounty hunter was voiceovered by Steve Bloom. So we have a quest here, and I'll let you guys listen to it.
They found me. Oh, Matriarch, forgive me. The flesh raiders are here. I can't fight them. The patrol is too far away. I can't. Goodbye, my son. My matriarch. Goodbye.
So now that we got the voice acting nonsense out of the way, not nonsense. It's really amazing, actually. It's not even close to being nonsense. But the other thing I wanted to mention was that they apparently had quite a bit more pre-orders than they anticipated. If you remember correctly, I've been saying that the early game access, the earliest it starts, is the 15th, which would be Thursday. Now, that's because I ordered like literally just like an hour after the game and redeemed my code. So I ordered and redeemed my code like an hour after the game was actually available. So by that alone, I'm assuming I'm starting on day one because it's first come first serve. So I thought, okay, well, me and Holy will definitely be starting on the 15th. Well, it turns out that they had a ton of pre-orders extra in the past, probably because of all the people who played in the beta weekend, and I'll get to that later. But so basically, they had a ton more pre-orders. So now the estimated start date for the early game access has been pushed forward a bit. So it's now earlier than the 15th, and there's a couple reasons that could have happened. One is because maybe they got more pre-orders, which is what I'm assuming, because I'm optimistic. And two is because they realized they were being a little hopeful on their server stability with how much people they were going to let in those 5 days. So it's either or, right? Or it could be both. It's probably both. So basically, those of us who are able to preload the game, which is everybody right now, the email went out and it says that early game access will now begin on December 13th, so 2 days earlier, at 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And early game access ends December 19th at 10:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll get to the ending part in a second. So basically it starts on the 13th, which means everything is pushed back 2 days, or pushed forward 2 days. So for me and Holy, if we get in on the 13th, which I'm 90% sure we do, then we expect to continue to do the content that we said we would bring out on the 15th. We're not just going to bring it out on the 15th regardless. We are going to bring it out on the 13th now. So that would be the character creation for the characters that you actually make, or you voted for us. So that's another thing, is now the voting time is much shorter. You have until Monday night at 12 o'clock p.m. Or 12 8 1 8. Let's make it 1 a.m. So you have until Monday night 1 a.m. to send in your voting for what class me and Holy are going to play. and you could do that on that class voting video. You find that in one of the, I think that's one of the OSW plays thingies playlists. That's it. Sorry. So you can find that there, and you can go vote for whatever class you want us to play. And there's instructions and everything in that video, so watch it. Make sure you follow the instructions closely, or else we may not be able to count your vote. We'll try our best, though. So from what it looks like, a lot of people have been voting for me to play a light side Sith Warrior, and it looks like I'm going to go male. So, I think that's what I'm planning for. Holy's probably going to end up playing an Empire character as well, and we're going to level together. So make sure you guys vote for that. I know I'm like a broken record there, but vote for it, please. So, real quick, just to catch up on what's going here, I just hit level 4 like half a level ago, which that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but these videos end up going for 8 episodes, and you'll see why here in a few minutes. Like, it just takes me so long to level, but yeah. So back to the early game access. So we'll be starting on the 13th. You'll see the character creation of the characters you voted for us on the 13th. Those should be up like literally on the 14th or 13th. I'll let you guys, I'll force you guys to stick around in this video till after the next set of dialogue. Yeah, there's only one. And then I'll be able to make a couple of announcements, for me and Holy. But expect a continuation of Skyrim next week from me, and our basic Let's Play stuff that we've been doing next week. Probably will start back on Monday. I can't promise anything, but that's probably what's going to happen. So, gonna come in here, gonna turn in this quest that I need to turn in, and yeah, I'll let you guys enjoy this.
I wish I could see the Flesh Raiders' faces when this stuff blows up on them. Tell me the whole story, and more slowly this time. Right, the old restraining bolt excuse. Admit it, you're just incompetent.
Teach our soldiers how to use these weapons. Train them on the Twi'lek invaders.
When will we strike against the Jedi?
Patience, Caliph. The Jedi will fall when our army reaches full strength.
I never understood the need for restraining bolts anyway.
Yay, I got myself a little droid pet. Or companion thingy-majig. I love the droid. And I'll talk about that more in future videos with it, because the droid is actually your companion, but he's not your companion at level 4 like what I have right now. He's just it's just, well, he's going to follow you around for a little bit. So, anyways, a couple of announcements, right? First of which, numero uno, I'm not even close to being Hispanic. I apologize. That was really bad. So, number 1 is that me and Holy just got into the Diablo 3 beta, like, at the same time. So it's really nice. We're going to be doing co-op stuff with that. I know you guys have probably seen like so much Diablo from all these other channels, but we haven't done it yet. We promised that we would do it, and we're going to continue to go on that promise. And when the game actually does release, Holy and I are going to do a full Let's Play of that. I don't know what classes we should play, so make a suggestion of what you guys think would be cool. Who knows, but that will probably be recording the time this video is up, actually. Maybe a little after, maybe the next day, but so we'll be doing that this weekend, and that'll be up next week, hopefully, if all goes well. I can't promise anything, but if all goes well, we'll have Diablo 3 beta footage. The next thing is that I'm going to be continuing my Skyrim, as I said, right? I'm not sure when Holy and I will get around to DC Universe again, but I can tell you for sure that we're going to do more Terraria for the 1.1 patch. I think that's what number it was, but that should be up next week as well. So next week you should have Star Wars content from launch. You should have content from Skyrim from me. You should have possible Batman footage from Holy. I can't promise anything there. You should have Diablo 3 beta footage, and yeah, so there'll be continuous amounts of footage going on that we'll be doing. If you've been with our channel a while, you know we've never missed a day for a video. I mean, we've put a video out every single day since we started, and that's kind of our goal to continue forward. So we may not be doing 4 or 5 videos like what we'll be doing with the Star Wars here. It probably will go back down to normal quantities next week, like maybe 3 at max videos a day. And they all may not be 30 minutes long, so don't expect that. We're just going back to normal here, finally catching up on all this content. But this weekend you should see a lot of this Star Wars content come out, because now that the 2 days got pushed forward, we have 2 days less to get all this out. So we're going to really push. Like I said in previous videos, you may see 5 or maybe 6 videos a day coming up here this weekend, just so we can get all this out. And if you're concerned that that's going to mess up with the quality of the videos, that's not really a concern for us. Mostly, Holy has already recorded all of his. He just has to render the videos and code them and then upload them. Me, on the other hand, I have to do the commentary for all of them. And yeah, sometimes I have doing them late at night when I'm really tired, but I would have done that anyway. So just because there's more of them, don't expect that the quality will go down any. We're going to continue with the quality that many of you have come to expect. So there you go. That's a few little announcement things, a little bit more info on what's going to happen, and now you guys know a little bit more about launch. So we're going to go through a series of quests here to turn in. So enjoy.
Ah, Jedi. You've been to the Flesh Raider caves. I can smell them on you. You have my elixir? I'm eager to feed my guardsmen.
It's time for you to honor our bargain.
Here are your credits. You've done well by the Pilgrims. I'll tell Vidariath the elixir was destroyed, but before long, my warriors will strike at the Flesh Raider settlement.
Your life is likely to be forfeit.
If so, I will die with my men, surrounded by Flesh Raider corpses. Be on your way, Jedi, and the next time you cut into a Flesh Raider, think of us.
Another quest bites the dust. Got pants. Are they better pants than what I have? Or are they gonna make me look ridiculous? They do. Why do they give you armor that looks like, well, it's low level. I guess I can deal with it, but I look like such a tard. It looks like I'm gonna go jogging, which apparently I am already because I'm running, around turning on all these quests. It's just, I really don't like the Jedi armor, putting that out there. Bounty Hunter early armor, pretty cool. Inquisitor stuff, pretty cool. Sith Warrior stuff, pretty cool. Jedi Knight, not so much. Not so much.
She died in my arms. You should have seen what those filth did to her.
I'm sorry, Selu. We all share your loss.
For every one of us the Flesh Raiders butcher, we should kill 10. No, 100!
Will that restore your loved one to life?
Don't lecture me, Jedi. My wife is dead. Our people slaughtered. Where were you then?
Nothing I say will ever make you feel whole again, but we truly are doing everything we can.
What about exterminating those animals? The Flesh Raiders won't stop until we're all dead. Are you going to let that happen?
If you're dumb enough to pick fights with Jedi, maybe you don't deserve to survive.
I knew you weren't here to help. We'll just have to take justice for ourselves.
Emotions are running high enough. All you did was stir things up. People wonder why Jedi are forbidden to marry or have families. They don't see how attachments always lead to suffering. Passionate emotions can destroy a person, and Jedi destroyed by passion become something terrible.
T7 was captured by the Flesh Raiders. You'll want to see the holo recording he made.
While I deal with the droid, talk to Rana. I think her people are ready to help us, thanks to you.
One of our scouts watched from a distance while you invaded the Flesh Raider camp. He said you defeated many of them. You risked your life to help us. My people haven't had a champion for some time.
I'll be your champion whenever you need one.
Oh, I should give you the information you requested. Morant, report.
Scouts report that the Flesh Raider forces are gathering in strength. They already control the mountains around us, and now they're invading the ruins of Kaleth. My men spotted them at the remains of an ancient shrine, close to your Jedi temple.
Kaleth was a great city of Force users. Its ruins hold powers we still don't understand.
The Flesh Raiders are looking for something there.
We can't let them find it. Drive back those Flesh Raiders immediately. I have to take this droid back to the Council. That hooded figure in the holo, I know his voice. The situation is worse than I thought. Do whatever it takes to push the Flesh Raiders out of Kaleth. I'll send you reinforcements as soon as possible.
In case you haven't noticed, I handle things just fine by myself.
Don't get cocky. You're good, but you're still a Padawan. If you see that hooded figure from the holo, do not engage him. Now get going.
The Jedi Knight quest is kind of dark. I don't know. It's just like helping these Twi'lek really becomes quite a chore coming up here in a couple levels, and you'll see what I mean. But yeah, we'll get to that point. We got quite a bit more dialogue coming up here. We got a small break and then a few little quests as I go back to the academy. Is it an academy or is it the council? What is that even called? I don't even know. But yeah, let's turn in this quest too.
Jedi, you're back. What happened out there? Where's my father?
I have him right here. What's left of him.
This is what's left? His body? His ring? Those monsters. Tell me you cut them into pieces for what they did.
Of course. I killed them all. It was what had to happen.
I'm glad some Jedi are willing to take a stand. Some of you understand that not all creatures deserve to live. I wanted my father back. I didn't really believe it would happen. But at least you went out there for a reason. At least you spilled blood.
And turn that quest in and get my rewards and everything. So, a couple more Star Wars news of stuff that was released today. First thing is that in Europe, game copies of the game will be available on December 15th, right? I'm reading this off of their forum post they made, so this is all from Stephen Reed. It's all accurate. So, games are available at retail starting on December 15th in Europe. And in the USA and Canada, copies are in retail starting the 20th. I don't know why that is. I couldn't give you an answer on that. Probably has to do with the marketing of the different territories. But basically, the people in Europe still won't get to play unless they have early access until the 20th. So just because they can buy it early doesn't mean that they can actually play it early. It's just available a little earlier. Like I said, I don't know why that is. Maybe they get early access for buying it ahead of time like that. I don't know. If you know, you can sure answer that. So digital editions of the game from Origin, starting the 16th, everybody who ordered from Origin should get their game codes in the mail. and then, or in your email that you have registered to that account. And I'll explain more what that's about after I grab this question.
That was an impressive go earlier, but we've upped the programming on these droids. Care to give it another shot? Get out there and show them what you're made of.
Okay, so another one of these quests, and I kind of derp around trying to get it to go, waiting for one of the things to light up, but yeah, you'll see that. Anyways, so for the game codes that people are going to receive on the 16th from their digital copy of the game, like myself, basically when you receive your game code, you enter it on the code redemption page on Star Wars, and when you do that, make sure you're logged in with the right account. When you do that, it'll make it so you are entitled to all the digital stuff like the game and your pre-purchase items and stuff like that. And they also wanted to remind people that the billing cycle for this entire thing won't start until the game actually launches on the 20th. So the pre-game stuff that we're doing, you actually won't be paying for it yet. Your subscription won't start until the 20th of
Good
December.
work out there. We're going to have to get you a real challenge next time.
He really bugs me. I don't like him. And his quest turn-ins are super quick, and it's, I don't know, makes me scratch my head. So, also, at the very end of this post, important info, they apparently want us all to know that there's going to be no grace period post-launch in which those who have early game access will be able to continue to play the game. So I'll explain that in a second. But it says in order to continue playing past early game access period, you will need to enter a valid launch game code and payment method. And that says read their facts and everything. And they apologize for any messages otherwise that would have led otherwise. So basically what that means is there's no like day and a half period for people who are playing early game access like myself to continue playing past the 20th. If you have not entered your early game access code before the 20th and set up a subscription, you can't continue to play past the 20th until you do that. So that's what, at the beginning when I said that the beta ends at, what time was it? 10:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on December 19th. That means you have until then to get that all set up. Or set it up sometime after that if you want to keep playing. But basically, you can't continue to play at that point if you haven't set it up. So then, say that point comes, say 10:01 comes, and it kicks you off the game. You can then go set it up, and you would be fine. Or you can wait a couple hours and go set it up, and you'd be fine. Or a day, and so on and so forth. But you have to set it up to continue playing past that point. So that's why they said that the early game access ends then, just so it's clear and everybody knows there's no grace period, and BioWare wanted to let everybody know that. By the way, if you didn't know, the reason that I knew all this information is because I follow Rockjaw on Twitter, which is Stephen Reed, one of the main guys there on the game. Rockjaw, it's all one word. You can find him on Twitter and follow him, and look at me dancing with the random Padawans and stuff. I figured I'd try to interrupt their meditation. I think it would have worked. I don't know. But yeah, so basically, I follow him, and he posts information and stuff like that. So that's how I was able to find all this out. I figured I'd relay it on to those of you who haven't read that or seen it. So let's pick up this quest her.
I seem to be cursed. Well, why do I always get the pupils who think they're the exceptions to the rule?
Master Silvarte, it's true that our Padawans are acting a bit strangely, but I don't think there's cause for concern.
Wait, I have an idea. You, Padawan, I know you.
I'm sorry, Master. Are you talking to me?
Yes. It's what I usually do when I wish an audience with someone.
Master Silvarte is concerned about a couple of our Padawans. He suspects that they are, well...
If I'm correct, they are following their passions down a dark path.
Am I to understand that love leads to the dark side?
Emotions disrupt balance. When you hold one person in higher regard than others, it clouds clarity and twists reason. We mustn't stand by.
In all other aspects, these two are model pupils, but I agree we would be remiss if we didn't do what we can to settle the issue.
They may be more open and revealing with a student like you. We need you to confront them and discover if they are indeed cultivating a romance.
I'm basically to become a glorified snoop, then.
You're helping the Order root out the seeds of darkness. There's no task more important.
Their names are Morrison and Spanios. As we speak, they are in the ruins of Lower Caleth.
So go, talk with him, and report back what you discover about the relationship. Try not to alert or alarm them. If they are in love, they are sure to be volatile.
So that quest there is really interesting, and I'll talk about that a lot in the next video, and you'll see why, but there's another quest here to pick up.
Master Orgus's new apprentice. Wow. Everyone says you're great with a vibroblade. I'm Fia. Padawan Fia. Still have to get used to having a title. I've just started learning about the Force. I've got a long way to go before I'm as good as you.
I won't deny it.
I thought Jedi were supposed to be humble. Or maybe that's only for beginners like me. I still can't believe I'm here. Just last week, I was crowing a garbage scow on Raxus Prime. Then this scary-looking Jedi shows up out of nowhere and says that he can sense the Force in me. What are the odds?
There's no such thing as luck, Padawan. You're meant to be here.
That's exactly what the Jedi who found me said. Say, do you know Master Tillen? He's the one who discovered me. I'm trying to get a message to him. Master Tillen is studying a big mystery in Caleth's ruins. Something about ancient droids attacking people? If you're headed to the ruins, would you give him this holo recording from me? I'd be so grateful.
Allow me to do this.
Terrific. I can see why everybody here is so impressed with you. Here's the holo recording. Master Tillen has a small camp outside the ruins of Caleth. Thanks for doing this.
Go back and listen to the first 10 seconds of that conversation. So funny. So funny. So I'm sorry, I started busting up laughing when I listened to that, and I think I laughed the first time I read that or listened to it the first time as well. Anyway, so I'm going to come over here and continue on this quest line and go this direction to this new questing hub. But in the next video, like I said, I'll talk about that other quest I've just picked up. It gets really interesting on why. You'll see why once I start talking about it. But other than that, I guess that I will see you guys next time.